Alright, so moving right along, another bit of Xbox news. Xbox Live reached a new milestone recently. Oh, thank you for bringing me that helicopter. You want to fill us in on what that milestone was?
Milestone was 35 million.
Woo! Yeah, I mean that's more than the population of a lot of countries, so that's awesome that you have that many people on Xbox Live. Because I can remember not long ago, there wasn't an Xbox Live. You know, if you wanted to play online gaming, you had to play on the computer, and it was usually like an awkward experience. Like I remember the days when if you want to play with someone online, you had to get their IP address. A lot of people didn't even know how to get their IP address. And then you had to like type in this long number, like had to like write it down on a sheet of paper and type in 69.182, and it was horrible. And Xbox Live has really contributed in large part to the success of the Xbox, I feel, over PlayStation.
Oh, most definitely. But yeah, the PlayStation Network's okay. It just don't feel as involved or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Xbox Live has. I feel like the Xbox Live has a greater sense of community than any of the other ones. It makes it feel like with the integration of the friends list and the chat, and it just feels all tighter knit. You know, with the game invites and everything. And PlayStation, you don't get that. It's kind of a disassociation. And also
unfinished.
Yeah, it does. It does. Which people are like, well, that's because PlayStation's free. Which now they do charge for they have a premium version, which they charge you for. Same like Xbox. They have the silver and then the gold. And you know what? It's a good service, and I don't mind paying it. You know, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm not rich by any stretch of imagination, but if you were going to give me the option that, and it's a choice. Keep that in mind, guys. That they're not forcing you into buying that subscription. You know, if given the choice, would I rather Xbox have a network like PlayStation? That was free, or would I rather there be a choice that I could pay a small fee and get a much better online experience like Xbox Live has given me, and I would choose Xbox Live every time.
What is it, like $59.99 a year?
Yeah, a year. It's not bad at all. So yeah, that's awesome. How many people are playing it? Good news for that. And then we, let's see here, got a little bit of news coming up here in September, speculation about the new iPhone 5. People are speculating about the date. A lot of people are saying late September, early October, but the point is it's coming soon, which is interesting because it felt like it wasn't that long ago that the last iPhone came out. And I'm actually looking forward to this, being that you know, you have iPhone and Verizon now, and hopefully they're not going to stagger the releases and still put it out on AT&T first. Hopefully it comes out to Verizon same day, because I might strongly consider it, being a Verizon customer, because you know, you and I, we both have a Droid X from Motorola, and that'll lead to some more news in a second, but and we enjoy it. It's a great phone, best phone I ever had. Do you like your Droid X?
I do. It's probably one of the more responsive touchscreens I've picked up and played with.
Right.
I haven't had a lot of experience with the iPhones though, so I can't really speak on it.
Yeah, and I thought the Droid X was great. I thought it was really responsive as well until, and I touched iPhones before and iPods and all that stuff, but my girlfriend actually has an iPod Touch. And I kind of ignore it, you know, I got my phone or whatever, but the other day I picked it up because we have a little radio that has an iPod dock, and I took it in the bathroom so I could listen to music in the shower, and I started playing with it, and I was like, wow, this is really smooth, and I was impressed. I mean, you forget how, you know, what you're missing until you see it. Kind of like when I got glasses for the first time. I really didn't know what I was missing until I put on glasses, and I was like, oh shit, I can see the fucking leaves in the tree. This is amazing. So the same thing with that. I didn't realize that there was a better, smoother experience out there until I picked up that iPod Touch and I compared it to my Droid, and you know, there is definitely a difference. And you know, it's not a surprise. I mean, it's something reviewers always mention, that Apple has always had the edge in that arena. and you just forget about it sometimes because I kind of have a distaste for some of Apple's policies. I like that Android's more open and everything, but maybe not so much anymore, because now you have, not news to anybody I'm sure, but you have Motorola getting bought up by Google, the manufacturer of Android. And Google says they're going to keep Android open, but this is kind of a big FU to different Android developers, because they've nurtured this open market and everything, and now they're going to buy up one of the biggest manufacturers of Google phones and make them their own company. So it's going to kind of drive away the competition, because Google's going to have such an upper hand. But the good news for consumers is they're going to have tighter control over the implementation between the operating system and the hardware. So maybe the next version of these Droid phones, like you and I have, are going to be smoother. And that's what Apple has benefited from, because they make both the hardware and the software. And now we're going to see that with Google. They've done it a little bit with their G1, G2 phones, but they were very limited release. But now with Motorola, we're going to see them much more widespread.
I actually read an article where Samsung was kind of worried about this. Why?
Well, yeah, I mean, Samsung is one of the people that have been making Android products. I mean, they have like the Galaxy series of phones, and
oh yeah, the tabs.
Yeah, they have the tabs, and they all run on Android. So now you've got Google, who is going to have first crack at all the updates. If it's a Google branded Motorola phone, that was a good thing about the G1, G2, the original Google phones, is they got the Nexus. I'm sorry, not G1, G2, the Nexus. They got the first cracks at all the Google updates, and so it's going to make Samsung a little bit harder to compete. But one thing that was interesting is they say that one of the main reasons Google did this is not for Motorola itself, but for the patents that Motorola possesses, the intellectual property, which is going to protect Google against lawsuits like Apple has been bandying about against them. Apple's real big about, we were in this touch thing first, and if you try to do anything similar, we're going to sue you. Like, they tried to sue somebody for the, the swipe to unlock. Like, they're patenting gestures at this point, which is really weird. I didn't think you could patent that, but it's a big war, like a Cold War, where everybody gets their patents, and they're like, all right, you don't sue me, I won't sue you. And apparently Motorola has about 15,000 patents, and this is really going to help Google kind of fend off Microsoft and Apple, because there's like patents that overlap, and if Apple sues them, well, they can sue them back, and kind of helps them in their arm race, as it were.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but we both have Android phones. We enjoy Android, and I know a lot of people probably out there do as well. So let's talk about app pick for everybody. Let us know about a certain app that you have for Android that you think people should check out.
Me and you use this communication app. It's called Tickle, T-I-K-L. Basically like a touch-to-talk app, walkie-talkie with another phone, Android phone, of course. But yeah, it's really nice. It's a nice alternation from texting,
Yeah, I really enjoy it. The way I put it, and I've got a lot of other people using it, and the way I describe it is it's in between a text message and a phone call. It's you get the voice, so that makes it a little more like a phone call, but it's a little bit less formal than a phone call. You don't need the full greetings like hello, goodbye, and all that stuff. You just kind of beep in, say what you need to say, and sometimes I do that if I've got to relay a lot of information and I don't feel like typing it all out. I just tickle it, and but you do have the whole awkward thing about yeah, you hear my girlfriend hears something on my phone and she's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh, Rance is tickling me." I was like, "What?" But no, I like that pick. Now, are you sure you want to pick that one over the one that you recommended to me a while back? I believe it was called Butts, Boobs, and Babes. You sure that's not the one you want to recommend, sir?
But no, I'll go with Tingle. Actually, I found this basically like a chat program that you can send SMS text messages. If say you had an iPod Touch and you had this program, you could message to any phone in America, any mobile phone. Come through like
Or
a
you
text.
had a phone and you didn't have cell phone service,
Something like that.
but you had access to Wi-Fi. Yeah. Just saying, you know.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna skydive off this. You're on the moon. Okay, so that
What's your
leads
pick?
me to my pick. Alright. This is not free, so bear with me. I'm not one to pay for apps. In fact, I believe this is the only app I did pay for. And that is called SwiftKey. SwiftKey X. It is a replacement for the default Android Google keyboard, which comes built in, which is fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. I like it okay. But I had a hard time because I was a big BlackBerry guy for a long time. And of course it has the keyboard built into it, and I've always been big on text messages, and it was just so easy to type with the BlackBerry, and I had a hard time transitioning to the Droid X, which is a full touchscreen experience, which is one of the reasons I avoided the iPhone for a while. I've got used to it, but I thought I needed a little bit of help to make that transition a little bit easier, and I looked for different applications, and this was actually the highest rated one. And it makes very smart predictions based on your history and your habits. Because if you wanted to, and of course you got to kind of trust their privacy or what have you, but I don't think it's a big deal. It'll scan your text messages and emails if you prefer, and see how you talk, see how you write words. Like if you happen to drop the G on talking, it will do that. It'll predict that. One of the things about the built-in keyboard is sometimes it didn't like to predict cuss words, I guess, because it was being too politically correct. Well, this will go in and predict that cuss word if it knows you want to say that next. In fact, I was trying to type motherboard to somebody the other day about fixing a PC, and it was like, do you mean motherfucker? I was like, no, not this time, but thank you for the sentiment there, computer. It's really intelligent with its predictions, and it speeds things up a lot, and I enjoy that. But I mean, you can set it to where it doesn't auto put in that prediction. You can just keep typing and it'll just go with whatever you typed, which I like. I don't like when they get too trigger happy about putting in predictions. You just tap it if you like their prediction better. And it really speeds things up, and it adds a nice small vibration tactical feedback when you press the keys, and just overall I find it a lot more efficient than the keyboard that comes built into Google. So if anybody wants to try that out, I recommend SwiftKey X on the marketplace. I think I paid $2 for it or something like that, and it's been well worth it. My girlfriend got it for free actually because Amazon launched their marketplace, which is an alternative to the Google marketplace, and to try to lure people in. That sounds like, a pedo guy in a van or something. To lure them in. It was giving away free apps for anybody that, tried out their app store. And that was actually one of the apps they gave away for free, and she tried it out, and she really liked it, and she got it for free. So you may want to check out Amazon, see if they'll do something like that again. But, yeah, I really recommend it. And just the bonus we'll throw in here is an app we both use, and you actually told me about it. It's the Halo app. You want to tell them about that?
Oh yeah, it's the Halo tracker. Basically, put in your gamer tag in the search bar. All your stats, all your map. You got charts, how your spread's going. Compare yourself to other players.
Yeah, Halo Reach Tracker if you want to check that out. I really like it. I'm a fan. What can I say?